Welcome to our YouTube channel, dedicated to exploring the latest insights and opportunities in the world of finance and investments, with a special focus on currency revaluation gold, and with a special focus on currency revaluation gold, and with a special focus on currency revaluation gold, and in the world of finance and investments, with a special focus on currency revaluation, gold and silver investments, cryptocurrency, and make money online opportunities, and more. With a special focus on currency revaluation gold, and with a special focus on currency revaluation gold, and with a special focus on currency revaluation gold and silver investments, cryptocurrency, and more. If you're interested in staying up to date on the latest developments in currency revaluation, particularly the Iraq dinar and other currencies, best to subscribe to this channel. Please note that the content on this YouTube channel is for informational purposes only and should not be considered financial advice. We are not licensed financial advisors, and the opinions expressed on this channel are based on our own research and personal experience. We strongly recommend that you do your own research and consult with a licensed financial advisor. Also, just before we go any further, this channel has a weekly giveaway of 100 Dogecoin. To enter, all you have to do is be subscribed to this channel, like this video, and watch this video till the end, as we will be sharing a random hashtag keyword daily, and then comment hashtag the keyword with no spaces in between in the comment section. Good luck! Now let's continue with this breaking news of the Iraq dinar today, so stick till the end of this video. Iraq just made a major move that directly ties into the central bank's long-awaited project to delete the zeros, signaling a major step toward monetary reform. Deputy Governor Ammar Khalaf confirmed new details that could mark the start of Iraq's transition into a stronger, more stable currency system. While this might sound like just another financial update, it's actually one of the clearest indications yet that Iraq is preparing for the next stage of the RV or RI process. In this video, I'll break down what this statement means, how it connects to Iraq's exchange rate strategy, and why this moment could represent the beginning of the end for the 1300 program rate. Most people will overlook it, but once you understand what's behind this announcement, you'll realize how close Iraq may be to pulling the trigger. First, let's go through this brief article, and please be advised that the Google translation is sometimes confusing, so make sure to watch until the end, as we will reveal why this is essential for enhancing the value of the Iraqi dinar and creating a more prosperous future for the country. The title of this article is Central Bank, Gold Reserves Reach 170 Tons with Intention to Remove Zeros from Dinar, Baratha News. The Central Bank of Iraq announced on Tuesday, October 14, 2025, its gold reserves and its intention to remove zeros from the Iraqi currency. Deputy Governor of the Central Bank, Ammar Khalaf, said in a press statement, quote, "The Central Bank of Iraq has increased its gold holdings from 90 tons to 170 tons at the present time." Khalaf added, quote, "This amount of gold now constitutes 20% of the central bank's total assets, and Iraq currently ranks 4th in the Arab world in gold holdings and 29th globally." The deputy governor of the central bank confirmed that, quote, "There is no intention to float the Iraqi dinar exchange rate so as not to affect the stability of the economy at the present time." Khalaf revealed that there is an intention to remove zeros from the Iraqi dinar to ease the burden of banknote hoarding on the financial sector. This concludes this breaking news article. Deputy Governor Ammar Khalaf recently made several statements that caught the attention of investors and analysts around the world. He revealed that Iraq's gold reserves have increased from 90 tons to 170 tons, nearly doubling in just a short span of time. That's a big move, and it signals strength and intention. Gold now makes up 20% of the central bank's total assets, putting Iraq 4th among Arab countries and 29th globally in gold holdings. These numbers aren't just impressive. They represent the central bank's strategy to strengthen its balance sheet, hedge against volatility, and prepare for a stronger, more stable currency. It's a clear message. Iraq is positioning itself for long-term monetary independence. But the most important line in Khalaf's statement, the one that made everyone lean in, was his confirmation that there is an intention to remove zeros from the Iraqi dinar. That phrase, remove zeros, is not new to those who followed Iraq's monetary history. It's directly tied to the official Project to Delete the Zeros, a program designed to reform the national currency and modernize the entire financial system. In central bank and IMF terminology, this means a redenomination, replacing large value notes like 25,000, 10,000, and 5,000 dinars with smaller notes such as 25, 10, and 5 dinars. The goal is to simplify cash transactions, reduce the burden of hoarding, and support Iraq's transition toward a more digital and transparent economy. Now, this might sound like a simple administrative change, but it carries deeper implications. Historically, projects like this often coincide with a rate adjustment, and that's where the excitement builds. When a country redenominates its currency, it must ensure the new values reflect the real worth of the economy. That's where the potential for an RV or RI, a revaluation or reinstatement, enters the picture. So while the CBI frames this as a technical reform, it's actually a foundational step that precedes or accompanies a new exchange rate. Khalaf also mentioned that there's currently no plan to float the dinar. And while that might sound like a delay, it's actually confirmation of something much more strategic. A float would let the market freely determine the exchange rate, which could cause massive fluctuations and instability. By rejecting a float, Iraq is signaling that it will maintain a managed peg, a controlled, deliberate adjustment rather than a chaotic one. This is exactly how a revaluation or reinstatement typically occurs, through a carefully managed process that maintains price stability and public confidence. When you look at the big picture, Iraq's journey toward monetary reform follows a clear sequence of stages. The first stage was preparation, strengthening reserves, building up gold holdings, and bringing inflation under control. And that phase is now complete. The second stage is public intention, where officials openly acknowledge their plan to remove the zeros from the currency. That's exactly where we are right now. The next stage will be implementation, introducing new lower denomination notes, upgrading banking systems, and preparing for the transition. And finally comes the rate transition stage, where the new exchange rate is adjusted and officially released on the international market. In short, Iraq currently sits between the public intention and implementation phases, the most critical zone of all, where all the groundwork has been laid, and the only thing left is execution. Now, let's talk about the significance of the gold buildup. Boosting gold reserves to 170 tons gives Iraq one of the strongest reserve positions in its region. Gold is the ultimate hedge against currency risk, and by making it a fifth of its total assets, Iraq is signaling to the IMF, the World Bank, and international investors that it has the financial muscle to back its reforms. Combined with its low inflation, growing non-oil revenues, and ongoing digital banking transformation, this shows a nation ready to re-enter the global financial stage. Another factor that often goes unnoticed is the psychological side of reform. When the central bank starts talking about removing zeros publicly, it's not just for transparency. It's a way to prepare the population mentally for what's coming. People are being conditioned to accept smaller notes, different values, and a new way of transacting. This helps avoid confusion or panic when the new currency system launches. It's a subtle but powerful step in the transition process. So, could this mean the RV or RI might happen tomorrow? Technically, yes, it's plausible. The central bank already has the reserves, gold, and systems in place to support a new rate. The financial groundwork is done. But this move isn't just about economics. It's a policy decision that requires coordination between the CBI, the government, and international bodies like the IMF. So while it's possible for Iraq to make the move at any moment, the timing will likely be strategic, aligning with political and market stability. In other words, it could happen tomorrow if everything behind the scenes is ready, or it could roll out in the coming days, weeks, or months, depending on when they decide the moment is right. Either way, all signs point to a system that's prepared. In my opinion, this is one of the clearest and strongest indicators we've seen in months that Iraq is closing in on the final steps before an exchange rate adjustment. The deputy governor's statement isn't random, it's intentional, measured, and perfectly aligned with the reform blueprint Iraq has been following. Every piece, the reserves, the gold, the digital infrastructure, and now the monetary narrative, fits the IMF model for pre-revaluation readiness. So as we wrap up this update, I'll say this. If you've been following this journey, pay close attention to what's happening right now. These are the quiet signs that always come before big economic shifts. Stay tuned, stay informed, and if you haven't already, subscribe and join the community so you don't miss what could be one of the most significant financial moments in Iraq's modern history. Because in my view, we're no longer asking if Iraq will move. The only question left is when. And that's my final take. What are your thoughts on this article today? Before ending this video, the hashtag keyword for the 100 Dogecoin giveaway is intention. The winner will be announced this Sunday and will be in one of the Sunday's videos. Stay tuned and good luck. Please drop a comment below. Let us know what you think, and don't forget to add hashtag and the keyword for today. Also, don't forget to please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you get notified when new videos are uploaded. See you on the next video.